Hi,
Hi, Sylvia.
another mere moons.
Here we
Um,
are.
yeah, and I think we found a topic, right? And it's a
Uh-huh.
very common like energy and feeling state that I think we all have experienced, once or many times and still ongoing and feeling and experiencing this,
hmm
which is
Especially in the domestic realm, like family,
yeah. Oh,
right?
but I think with everybody, like
With everybody. Oh,
oh,
actually, no, not even just domestic, right?
yeah,
This is
yeah.
could happen at workplaces,
Yeah, just people you are, I feel like it's seen more with people you're close to. So anybody you feel
yeah.
close to, you'll be able to see this. And it's almost like we've all done it to each other,
Uh-huh.
right? Like subconsciously. And this is a
Totally.
subconscious reaction.
So should I share my celery thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so just before this call this morning, well, context is my partner and I are leaving to go on a trip for a week, and I'm just, getting ready. And this morning, I'm like, okay, there's so much to do, like laundry, cleanup, vacuum, blah, blah, blah. And there's celery that's been in the fridge that I'm like, we need to juice this before we go.
Mhm.
We get our vitamin intake and before it gets too old when we get back. So then I find myself, I'm like taking out the celery and I start the whole process juicing it. And then I also see the apples and the ginger too. I'm like, oh, I should juice that too because they're gonna get old.
Mhm.
I'm just like the project is
Yeah.
growing. And then as I'm juicing it, I'm like, and then suddenly I find myself getting annoyed about, well, I'm starting to get into my head about, wait, so my partner is still sleeping and feeling like, oh my God, like I'm the only one that's caring about health and celery. And I'm just like feeling this shadow energy coming through about, yeah, this like blamey energy. And then I caught it. I was like, wait, 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 hold up.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm the one that wanted to drink this. I'm the one that saw the celery. I'm the one that got the celery, you know? I'm the one that cares about the celery.
Yeah.
The only one. So why am I tripping about that he should care or know or like help or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I caught that and yeah, and then was able to just peacefully make the
Yeah.
celery, like owning that this is what I wanted
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and not involving other people. Like I'm doing this because I want to
Yeah.
and not having this I want to when he should, they should,
Yeah.
this kind of shadow energy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we were just talking about how like, wait, 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 there's something here. Like, because it was like, oh yeah, you're wanting to, but somehow it just like it sees like, oh wait, wait, wait. Your partner feels more in abundant state than where you're at. So what
Mhm.
did not feel abundant or
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Yeah, I'm in like a time scarcity thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like I gotta do this, and after that I gotta do this before
Uh-huh.
we leave.
And also time scarcity, there's an expiration date on the celery.
Yeah,
I gotta
it's just a
eat it
reflection.
before it gets old. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so and then we're discussing how like, okay, you feel like you're doing more of the work while your partner has this luxury to just be in this abundant state,
Yeah.
to like, yeah, feel more abundant, like kind of like you were
Uh-huh.
being less abundant or something
Yeah.
in this like
Yeah.
time space of like not enough time as well.
hmm
And then, wait, did you feel like you were squeezing more of that, uh, like, like wanting to squeeze more abundance into that? Like, oh no, we're like, I don't know, like don't have enough time, so I want to squeeze all the abundance into it before we go. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. Well, it's like literally I need to juice the abundance out before
Yeah,
it gets old.
yeah,
Yeah. So in a way, the celery did represent abundance. Like I want this abundance. I
yeah,
want to consume this abundance,
yeah,
but there's this fear involved that it's
Like
Um,
there,
then
right?
I get before it gets old, there's a time window,
Uh,
and then it's hard because I have to do it all by myself and nobody
oh,
else is
yeah,
supporting me in this.
yeah. So like at first it wasn't triggering because the idea of okay, juicing, I'm gonna get it before it expires,
Yeah,
blah blah blah, it was feeling abundant to you. So then it was a want to, but somehow it wasn't feeling the want to when uh okay, oh, your partner's sleeping and whatnot, and somehow it made you feel like not feeling abundant, as abundant,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
because it was the process of, oh, I gotta do this, and then now this.
Yeah,
So then kind of like not, yeah, not feeling as abundant.
yeah,
So then you said blaming, like
yeah, blame.
because you weren't feeling as abundant, subconsciously felt like the right to blame for like
Yeah,
not helping out, but then you caught yourself. And then we were just talking about how that's just so common, where
yeah,
it's so natural in like families and stuff like that, with kids. And it's like, okay, when the husband or the wife goes out, I don't know, for
yeah.
like coffee or tea or lunch with their friend for like an hour or two or whatever longer. And it's
Mhm.
like, 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 basically getting upset with their partner. Like, I'm with my kids, and I mean, I'm with our kids here, and like, I feel like I'm doing all the work, and it seems like you're just kind of going out there
Mhm.
doing whatever you want. And that's just
Yeah.
another common thing
Mhm.
that you see in households, or like the energy of that, of not feeling good to see also someone close to you uh feeling so abundant.
Yeah.
um
Relaxing.
yeah, but I wonder, okay, yeah, so I wonder how that makes the person, like in this case with the celery thing, like you were feeling abundant, but wait, what happened where you didn't you lost that abundance for yourself?
Okay,
What
well,
were
I
you
remember
needing
the
more?
moment.
Okay, okay, okay.
So at first it was just, okay, do the thing, chop it up,
Yeah,
wash it.
yeah.
And then there's always some moments when you're putting the celery in where it gets a little hard.
What do you mean?
It's like you have to
Oh,
like
to push
push,
down.
really
Oh,
push it
yeah,
in.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then it was that moment where I got annoyed
Oh,
because I was thinking,
okay.
oh, like I was, it was
Yeah,
draining me.
yeah. It was
And I
giving you a
thought, oh,
hard
this is
time.
hard. It was feeling difficult.
Oh,
And that's when I thought, oh, I feel all alone in my struggle. And
oh.
that's when it's like, how come nobody's helping? He's not helping me.
Yeah, yeah.
He's sleeping, doesn't even know how
Oh,
much I'm toiling.
that is so true. That is so true.
Yeah. So it was, yeah, that energy didn't come till the moment where I felt overwhelmed and
Yeah,
powerless. It's too hard.
and wanted help. And it was like a subconscious trigger of like,
Yeah,
oh,
the
I'm alone when
subconscious.
I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's such a good one because I've seen, God, well, I was just gonna say like, oh, my sister's such a private person. I don't want to share her story, but it's like, oh, I saw that too. Like that same dynamic. Like,
Yeah, that was so present in growing up with my parents.
yeah, like she just had a baby, and like, yeah, feeling that like, oh, whenever she's like with the baby a lot, or it just feels like, oh wait, what's my partner's not doing enough or whatnot.
Like,
That,
oh, there's too
yeah,
much weight on me.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So I
feeling like
think
you're
that
alone in that
you're
space.
alone in the
Yeah,
struggle. It's
yeah,
hard and I'm alone.
yeah, yeah. Oh, so this is really cool because then any little thing can feel like a struggle. Like in this case, like, okay, just when you felt the moment of the struggle of like
Yeah.
seeing it go down,
Yeah.
There's an instantaneous trigger of the same feeling state for a mom
Yeah.
who just had a newborn, right?
Yeah.
And let's say is like struggling to meet all like her needs of taking care of the baby, taking care of their other children, and like, like all of this household stuff. And then like let's say the husband goes out, I don't know, to hang out with a friend, and it's like, yeah, like wanting it. It's like the
Yeah.
same energy.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how small or how big, it's just the same feeling state.
Yeah, that's the same energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming from the
Okay.
belief I'm alone and it's
Yeah.
hard. Yeah.
So whenever you're around somebody who is feeling and looking really abundant,
Mhm.
then I feel like, do you think like that is a natural subconscious trigger to the other person if they're subconsciously feeling a struggle? So an abundant person would be an automatic trigger too
Mm.
to the person
Because
that,
it's going to amplify
uh-huh.
where you're not
Yeah, yeah,
and amplify, oh, I'm not there. I'm here. And over here, I'm
yeah,
alone in the struggle.
yeah,
It's going to magnify that
yeah,
feeling, that
yeah.
pain.
And then that struggle is a representation of like lag. I'm not there where I want to be because when I look at you, you seem like you're there and I'm not. So then, therefore, it kind of feels like it's not fair. And if it's not fair, then sometimes the shadow could be like, well, that's not fair that like you get it or you have it. And I feel like I don't know, just this all this subconscious stuff that like that subconscious naturally feels like it has the right to blame at times.
Yeah.
But sometimes that subconscious blame is so subtle, right? That like it's really hard to catch.
Mhm.
Like for instance, like um um I don't know, like there's a way where I feel like people can like use words in ways that makes it feel like the abundant person is at fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then therefore not really catch the root of,
Yeah.
wait a minute, is it really? You know? Yeah.
Mm.
And it's not. It's not.
Mhm. So,
This
yeah,
is
so when I caught it,
yeah. Oh yeah, you put
then
yourself back into your abundance state, like, no, wait, no, I'm choosing to. I
yeah.
do.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah.
I also thought I wouldn't want anyone to blame me
Yeah. Yeah.
for something that I wasn't
Yeah.
participating in that they wanted to do, you know?
Mhm. And I feel like
That's unfair.
integration has basically helped you to catch yourself so quickly in the moment.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. Like you catch yourself like, wait a minute, I'm the one that wanted to. Like,
Mhm.
I'm the one.
Yeah, like catching it when it's small,
Mhm.
but it was still felt, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I could see how it was this thought
Mhm.
that was starting to spiral more and
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
as I was choosing. like, like, okay, no, I know where this train is going, and it's
Yeah.
not a good place.
Yeah. And I
Like
love that.
I've been on this train many times, and I don't like the destination, and I don't need to go there right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I feel like um it's such a natural way to trigger the subconscious to like catch yourself. But
Hmm.
it's really hard. It's like you have to be really aware of yourself to be able to catch it and be like, oh, yeah. So, and I
Hmm.
really feel like integration helps you to like become more aware where you catch yourself like this. Like,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's really cool. Yeah.
it's just I think there's sometimes when that that thought or belief could really escalate when it really does feel right.
What do you mean, like, right?
When it feels more and more justified in its own reasoning.
Yeah, but that would have happened if you didn't catch yourself, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, okay, so let's play out, like, okay, so let's say you didn't catch yourself, right? And like, okay, now you're juicing, and then now you're juicing the apple, and now you're juicing the ginger, and it's like this, oh, it won't go
Struggle.
down. It's a struggle, right? And then
Yeah.
now
Oh,
your boyfriend
right. The
wakes up,
partner comes
right?
out
Yeah,
and
like,
I'm just
oh, and he's in this happy mood, like, oh, good morning,
so
sweetie.
well
Right?
rested and I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been up all morning
Yeah.
juicing.
Yeah. 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 But then
Yeah.
I feel like to not catch yourself, right? And to just ride with that, right? And like it's almost like, doesn't it feel like it has the right to be in that mood
Mhm.
of like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it would have been like, I don't know, like it's like you see your partner or someone you're close to in a lens of like, you're not doing enough or something like that. And
I'm
then,
doing it all. You're not doing enough.
uh-huh, uh-huh. And
I'm
then
the one that's
probably,
responsible. I'm
uh-huh,
the one that's caring.
uh-huh. And if it keeps spiraling the whole day, it's like you already know like what kind of mood it will be for the rest of the day,
Yeah.
right? But then to become aware, to catch yourself, like, wait a minute.
Mhm.
And then how did
And
it
to
feel
really,
after?
yeah, take responsibility for what I want,
Yeah,
that this is what I wanted, and
yeah,
therefore I take responsibility for the hardship that came up along the way.
yeah. Okay, so when that part got triggered, like, oh my God, I'm struggling here, right? But when you caught yourself, how did the struggle part feel?
Oh, good question. The struggling part was honestly, I felt a relief
Mm,
happen. The
like to
relief
call
was,
it out.
oh, yeah. The relief was, oh, okay. It's hard. I can acknowledge that in this moment, but it's not anyone's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was able to like have this like, I don't know, like even though you didn't like stay there and be like, okay, how do you feel struggle, right? It's almost like through the feeling state, you knew the resistance wasn't there anymore, right?
Mhm.
And I feel like, um, yeah, like when you become self-aware and then let's say you catch yourself and then like you did with the celery of,
Mhm.
oh no, no, this is me. Like I chose this and whatnot. Like I
Mhm.
wanted to. And then when you recognize that, then it's already like subconsciously, your subconscious recognized it too and agreed with you and just naturally was okay.
Mhm.
But if the subconscious was not okay when you did that, it would
Mhm.
have been louder to you.
Yeah, yeah.
So it seems like when you realize that the struggle part just naturally, didn't give you any more like
Mhm.
voice or for you to feel basically
Mhm.
about that, um, seems like okay, like even on a subconscious level, that subconscious like heard you and agree with you and be like, oh yeah, cool, we're good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in some way, I think there is, I mean, the purpose of blame is that momentarily it can also have a relieving effect, I
Mm-hmm.
think,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is why it feels better than just feeling alone in the struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
But
seen.
then when there's a shift to, oh, yes, the struggle is here.
Mhm.
And I don't know, there's a different kind of energy that comes through when you're saying, but I choose this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, get clearly defined with I'm choosing this struggle
Yeah.
right now because I set out to
Yeah.
do it.
But I feel like it was the truth and the honesty that won over.
Mm,
Before that subconscious part of the struggle feeling state of being like, oh yeah, you're right.
mhm,
You're right. So then it's like it agreed with you, but I feel like if that subconscious had more layers in wanting to be seen and heard, it would
mhm,
still kind of like have that resistance and would be like, no, but still, it's not fair. Which
mhm,
would have meant that, like, okay, that means there's another integration to look into, like,
mhm, mhm.
because you're speaking
Yeah.
the truth. I don't understand. So it's like, is
Mhm,
there something that I don't know? But
mhm.
then it seems like, okay, recognize that that subconscious was like, oh yeah, yeah, you're right, right. And it's like that truth basically created that
Yeah.
win-win.
Mhm. And I
Yeah,
think leading up to this day, and we've been like this whole past week, I feel that this shadow was very present with
yeah,
the me noticing the shadow of the controller,
mhm,
like the victim controller,
mm,
the one that feels something's out of control and then tries to help that by controlling
yeah,
because it feels scared and then um yeah, kind of blaming or looking down on things
yeah,
that don't fit my idea of what I think should happen.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I see.
So I think I've been working a lot through that energy, and the celery thing was another kind of test. Like,
Mm,
okay,
mhm,
here's the energy again.
mhm,
Something you think shouldn't be happening.
mhm,
The struggle shouldn't be happening.
mhm,
You shouldn't be alone
mhm.
doing this.
And the
Hmm.
and it's like on another different perspective is also like, oh, kind of becoming aware of like, oh, how much you grew from, you know, like knowing yourself and
Hmm.
self-awareness.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. So I feel like even this was an awareness of, wow, I
There's growth happening.
both, yeah, through the work that you've done for yourself. And then, um, but then it's like, oh, if there's more awareness I need to pick up, then again, no resistance to doing it. I
Hmm.
think. So that's
Hmm.
pretty cool.
Hmm.
Hmm,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I don't know.
Well,
I just feel like I just kind of want to leave it at that.
hmm,
Yeah. I
yeah.
really liked seeing that what you experienced today was, it was really cool to see how um, your shadows and your conscious self are
Mhm.
working together now.
Yeah, that's what the
Uh,
feeling was.
it wasn't much of a struggle like it used to be in the past when we're first like integrating and stuff. And there's just
Yeah.
like more that again, it's like, oh, what is it? Like, why am I triggered? And but now it's like hearing each other's truth out. And it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense.
Mm.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Oh,
And I don't want to keep you long either because you got a lot
no.
going on today.
Thanks for, yeah, talking to me,
Yeah, yeah, no, it's
reflecting
fun.
this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. See you next week then.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.